match in question. We are waiting. Shane Van Boening taking on Yao Mao Chang from Chinese Taipei. Anthony, let's join live action now with your commentators Jay Forsyth and Bob Guerrero.
Indeed, we are anxiously awaiting to watch this match. Shane Van Boening has just won the U.S. Open. He won the World 10-ball title put on by Dragon Promotions in Florida, and he's really got a hot hand. So be very interested to see how Chang can handle the action that Van Boening is going to put on him here. Van Boening at the table. We are joining the match in progress. Bob?
Yeah, well, the first time I saw Shane Van Boening play was a couple of days ago in a challenge match against Jeffrey DeLuna, and he took him apart 21-13. So obviously this guy is one of the best, if not the best U.S. player right now.
Well, he also had a challenge match against Corey Dewar, a race to 100, and he bested Corey 100-70. So he's the man to watch. He is favored to win this event. He has the same odds as Francisco Bustamante, and Bustamante ran through 9 straight racks the other day. So that tells you that the odds makers have a lot of respect for Van Boening's game.
And this is a shot by Chang. Yao Mao looks like a bit of a containing shot there. I don't think that's going to pass muster against a player of Shane's caliber. Oh, but wait a minute. Does that pass?
He's got half a pocket, and believe me, that's all Van Boening needs. Let me tell you an interesting thing about Van Boening. He has a hearing disability that makes him totally deaf. The only way he can hear is that he wears these supercharged hearing aids that really blast into his ears so he can hear sound. When he gets to the table, he turns those hearing aids off. He can't hear a thing, so there's no way to sharp the man. Well, that's not the type of effort that we are used to seeing from Van Boening.
I'm surprised he let that roll forward. I thought he was going to play at least a sliding ball there.
Now looking for a containing shot.
Question, Jerry. So Shane has a hearing disability. Is there ever problems with the referees trying to communicate with him or him communicate back?
No, he can speak. He's learned to speak by listening to himself through those hearing aids, and as long as the referees speak to his face and not to his back, he has no problem, and the referees are aware of that, so no, yeah. It's not a problem.
He reads lips,
apparently. And he sent Chang into his case, no doubt to retrieve a jump cue, the short stick that we've seen so much of this week.
And you know, I thought that that hell froze over a bit last night because I saw Earl using a jump cue. I thought I was going to go to my grave not seeing that.
Not only did you see Earl using a jump cue, you saw Earl Strickland using a soft break.
Yeah.
Never before. But you do what the tables demand.
Yeah. Chang is going to go airborne here.
That's a strange warm-up routine. And he's not going to be pleased at all with that result. He's left Shane Van Boening right on the 7-ball.
But a bit too straight, I would think.
Well, let's see what kind of angle that Van Boening can create for himself. He's a very, very creative player. Has every shot in his bag. He's only 24 years old, from South Dakota, not exactly a mecca for pool.
He says he has nobody to play with over there.
Looks like he's going to try and put a power draw on this ball.
Oh, he's got short side shape. That's a fantastic shot.
I'm telling you, the guy is so confident. He walks to the table expecting great success of himself.
He had a landing area about the size of a drink coaster there.
Let me tell you something else about Shane, how he learned the game. Both his mother and his older sister are former BCA national champions. back to the table.
Mr. Van Boening breaking.
Be interested to see what type of break Van Boening employs. He's been watching the matches all week. He's been able to see different results. He is breaking from the left-hand side of the table as you view it. Watch out.
Oh, you'll want to have that one back.
Foul ball.
Well, he won't get it. I don't believe his opponent's that generous. And the table has set up fairly nicely. We'll see what Chang can do with this.
Looks like a fairly straightforward table. Looks like the only hard shot he's going to be facing, at least early in the rack, is position from 4 back to 5.
Yeah, he's got the 3 ball just waiting for him. But all he has to do now is allow his cue ball to roll forward a couple of inches.
You think he's going to roll so he'll have a straight draw back from 4 to 5?
Well, I wouldn't. I would come off the side rail, but again, the table looks a lot different to us in the booth than it does to the players.
I'm not sure he wanted this angle.
He definitely did not want this much angle. Now he's really got to put some gee whiz on that ball.
And he's got to miss that 8 also and make it hit the side rail. Is there a way to hit the shot with follow?
I think either way he's in danger of running into the 8. He may have to plan to run off the side of the 8 and use the 8 as if it were a cushion.
You almost think that there's no positional value to this shot. Maybe he should just overcut this and play safe.
Not a bad suggestion. Why don't you run down there and tell him?
I don't run very fast anymore. Never did, really.
Let's see if he can pull off a really great shot here. See, he did have to use the 8 as a cushion, but not at all a good result. And he's blocked himself from the obvious bank. The 8 ball rolls over in front of the corner pocket, as you see here.
Yeah, the good thing about this for Chang, it should be a fairly easy safety play, at least if he's just going to be simple.
Indeed, he has the 6 and the 9 to hide behind. He'll put the 5 ball on one side of that wall and the cue ball on the other. Does have to utilize the rest. That adds a shade of difficulty to the shot. And he's done a fine job. He's got a full block on Chang.
And this is not a jumping situation, I don't think, because there's just too much real estate between the cue ball and the green 6. Shane's got to dig deep here.
I would have to agree with you, but Shane's pulled out his jump cue.
Wow.
He may rethink this. Or he may not. He virtually needs to come down on the ball to avoid the chance of the cue ball leaving the table surface. Wow, this is risky. He did come down on the ball. That's what kept the cue ball on the table. And he's left a lot of felt between the cue ball and the 5.
Chang really has to bear down on this shot.
Yeah, Chang not only has to make a tough shot, he's got to make sure he controls the speed of that cue ball. If he comes up short or long, he's going to be in trouble. This is a shot that Chang really needs in this rack. Five in the corner. He's missed it. Now let's see if he sold out the rack. I don't think so. Now, you can see that this 5 never threatened the pocket.
That was not the best technique there by Chang. He did not follow through with the Q-tip pointing towards the target. So he missed. Is there a 5-9 on here?
Too risky. I like the safety. He's got an easy safety to play. You know what, Bob? He may be looking at that.
I think he could play this as a shot to nothing, as a two-way shot. I think the 5's going to stay on that part of the table. He can just take the Q up table and be safe no matter what, even if he misses.
We'll know shortly.
No, it's the roll-up.
Well, Chang keeps coming to the table with challenges.
But I think a good player should be able to get kick safe fairly easily here. Put that cue ball right where the 5 is and then take the 5 up table.
It's all about a precise hit coming off that rail onto the 5 ball. If he hits it too thin, he'll be really, really in trouble. It's better to hit this one too thick than too thin.
Yeah. Chang Yao Mao, I mean, we've never heard of him, but these Chinese Taipei players, they just keep on coming every year. They're new ones. They just never stop producing fine young players.
They seem to grow a vintage crop every year.
Yeah.
They've shocked a lot of people in these Whirlpool Championships year after year. See if he can get the right part of that 5 ball.
He's hit this too hard. Too hard. I think he had the right angle, Jerry, but just too much speed.
Well, if Shane is straight in on this shot, no, he's not. He has angle with which to work. All he has to do is make the ball and make certain he doesn't put the 7 ball in between he and the 6. I say all he has to do. I'm glad it's he and not me.
Well, he didn't get into that shot. Didn't even get shape on the 6 either.
Not showing his usual form. But then again, neither is his opponent. So it's a matter of getting used to the table, warming your arm up a little bit, and adjusting to the arena.
Now that is good speed control.
No reason now for Chang not to tie our score. Interesting shot of the grip. Actually, it's more of a cradle. You don't actually grip a cue stick.
You kind of just let it hang in your hands.
Yes, just let the hand balance it. Let the cue do the work. If you grip a cue stick, you'll take away its ability to impart good action. You'll deaden the hit. Much the way they tell you not to grip a golf club very hard.
They say you have to grip a golf club as if you're holding a bird.
Right.
In your hand. And of course, try not to kill the bird.
Right. And we're not talking about a buzzard here. A small bird.
That's a good shot. Chang Yao Mao showing us some stuff here.
Well, we'll see what kind of action this man has on the ball. The easiest path back to the 9 ball is to put extreme right English on the cue ball and drive it 3 rails. See how well he spins. Not bad at all. You know, his stroke that time, it was a nice little push of the cue ball. He didn't didn't strike it. He just went through it.
Didn't force it. And Chang Yao Mao has opened his account here in this Group 13 match. It's 1-all. We'll be back.
Jay Helford and Chuck Schreiner. Shane Van Boening and
8-2.
Chao.
He's got a long shot on the 1 ball. The problem with the soft break, Chuck, is you leave clusters of balls. The biggest problem I see right now is just to get past the 3 ball. He's looking to see, will the 3 go in the lower left corner pocket? Does it get past the 8? It's hard for us to tell even looking at the overhead camera. That's the 3 in the middle of the table right next to the 8 ball. Shane's got to find a pocket for that 3 ball. He's shooting this as if he's going to stop the cue ball right after he makes the 1. This looks like a stop shot, just below center with the cue ball. Nicely done. So he's shooting at that 3 in the lower left corner. There's the 4 up on the upper left side rail.
3-4, sitting up very pretty for him.
This is tight. He's got to miss the 8 ball. Don't touch that 8. Nicely done.
And there's your stop shot onto the 4.
It looks like if he can get from this 4 to the 5, he's in real good shape. These are tight pockets. Got to hit him good. And as we've seen in this match, Shane has been struggling. He's missed a lot of balls.
Sort of want to give him the benefit of the doubt after that last rack, but we saw a lot earlier where he had a fine break and run and then proceeded to really slop it up. So we're going to reserve judgment for right now. But that's a nice approach on the 5, isn't it?
You know, Chang was shooting at the 8 ball to take an 8-2 lead, and he missed a straight in 8 ball. And after that, Shane's kind of woke up. He's right back in this match. Chang has done nothing since that missed 8 ball.
Another stop shot.
I'll tell you what, this would be a miracle comeback here.
But he just doesn't seem like the same player now.
Yeah, he really had some butterflies at the beginning of this match. He was missing everything. Missed position, missed balls. For the first time in the match, he's looking like the Shane Van Boening that was the U.S. Open champion.
Well, he's, as they say, in harmony with the game, at least right now, and it's showing on his shot making.
Shoot the 7 straight in the corner, draw the cue ball back to the side rail, right where his hand is now for the 8 ball on the side next, just like that. He fell a little bit short. But he's okay. Now he's got to shoot the 8 in the side hard and draw the cue ball back once again to that same side rail. Didn't really want to do that. He wanted to be a little further out.
This is one of the problems Shane has had throughout this match.
Is he going
picks up
forward?
the pace. He just seems to.
He may be going forward down to the end rail and back up. Yeah, like that. Don't hit that side pocket, buddy. Oh, he's all right. He's all right. He did it well. The biggest difference the last 2 or 3 racks is he's finally found the right speed for this cloth on this table.
That's what I was alluding to before. Wasn't able to do that and was misfiring all over the place. Well, 7-6.
He's coming back from nowhere.
Young man from the USA. Only 1 down now. Like night and day.
It's like 2 different matches. There was the first match where both players played awful, and now here's the second match where Shane Van Boening woke up.
Yeah, it's one of these situations where Chang was made to look good, I think, because Shane was playing so bad. He has woken up now. Let's see if Chang can pick up, well, if Chang does get to the table ever again. And our own Pat Holst in the crowd there from Scotland. Congratulations, Pat.
Guess what? Pat plays the winner of this match next.
Pat, a 9-6 winner. Playing with his kilt, ladies and gentlemen, like he did last year. And a fine addition to our commentary team. And a very, very nice gentleman on top of that.
Very important break shot here for Shane Van Boening. Needs to make a ball and have a shot. Looked like it was going to be a runaway. It's turned out to be an exciting finish. I don't hear anything going down. No, it hasn't. It hasn't.
That's his second dry break for Van Boening. First one in rack number 12. This is rack number 14 it comes.
Chang can see the one ball. He's got no pocket for the one. He's going to play a safe. He's looking for some place where he can hide that cue ball after he hits the one.
Well, last safety battle, Van Boening came up ahead, won that battle. That really, that rack right there, that's sort of what started him on his way.
Well, as I said earlier, the only weakness I see in the Taiwanese players is their safety game. Well, he's looking at that 1-7 combination. I don't like that shot at all. That's not on. You know, if he can't find anything to do, he could always push out here. He has that option. He could put the onus right back on Shane. Let Shane figure it out.
This match officially 2 hours old now.
This is probably one of the longest matches of the tournament so far.
All the mistakes you alluded to. We did have one match that went about 2 hours, 14 minutes.
Well, this one could surpass that easily.
The infamous Charlie Williams match, and that was on day one.
Let's see what he's going to come up with here. So he's trying to stop the cue ball right there. May have banked the one up there. Well, I think he's going to get a break here. The cue ball, the one ball went up there and hit itself behind the 6. Shane can see the edge of the one, but I don't think he wants to come off the edge of that one ball. I think he's going to have to kick off the end rail. And what Shane may try to do is kick softly off the one end rail and nudge the one ball up past the 6. Use the 6 as a blocker. Put the one past the 6 and leave the cue ball. Well, he's shooting right at it. He's shooting at it like he wants to cross bank it into that ball that's hanging in the pocket there. What is that, the 8 ball hanging in the pocket? He's shooting at it.
No way, really?
Yeah. Well, that's what he did. Oh, he got a...
No, that's a huge break. Was that what he was trying to do?
I'm not sure. I mean, it sure turned out good. It sure looked to me like he was trying to bank that one ball and make the 8. The worst thing he could have done there would have been to make a ball. I mean, if he was trying to play that safe, that's the best safe yet in this match. Chang is locked up here.
I was just going to ask you, Jay, how in the world does he get to that one?
Well, I think there's enough space between the cue and the one ball that he can go to the side rail. Still a hard ball to hit. Chang will have to go to the side rail, right by the left side pocket, one rail, right into the one ball. Once again, it's not a big ball. It's far off the rail.
So it will depend on the angle.
This has been the pattern of the last few games. They've been in safety battles, and Shane has got the best of it. That's why he's won 4 games in a row. These balls are spread out pretty good. If Shane gets ball in hand, I like him to run out this rack. That's what he's doing. Once again, the problem with this is even if he hits it, he may give up a shot. Made a good hit, but well,
sets up the combination, possible combination, the 1-3.
that looks like all that's there is the 1-3 combination. 1 doesn't pass the 3. This is a tricky little shot. He can make the 1-3 combination, but he's got to hit it hard enough for the 1 to go down table past the 2, where he can then shoot the 1 in the upper corner pocket. This is a tricky little shot.
Well, if he can do that, if he can bring this off, look at the table, how it opens up for him.
He's got to do 2 things here. Make the 3 ball and get position on the 1. See what he did? He hit it firm enough, and he did a good job. See, the cue ball bounced off the rail? He was playing all those balls there, all 3 balls, to do just what they did. Nice shot, Shane. Everything took their places for him here. Now he's in good shape.
Look at the rock, surrounded by all the other planets.
The difficult thing for him is going to be to come back down table and deal with this 5 ball on the end rail. Yeah, the 5 and 9 are close together on the end rail. That's the 2. The 4 is to the left. He'll shoot the 2 and then the 4, and then the critical shot to get position on the 5. I like the way he hit that ball there. He hit that ball with some confidence. Looks to me like he's just going to have to draw that cue ball straight back somewhere in the lower right quadrant. Got to be careful leaning over the table. If you touch a ball, it's a foul. If your shirt touches a ball, your pants touches a ball, that's a foul.
We have seen that happen on one occasion. Lee Van Corteza during the not the World Championship, but the Asian 9-ball tour.
We don't see the referee, but I know he's off the side watching right now.
That is cutting it close.
Good stroke. Good stroke. Looks good if he doesn't go too far. I think he came out all right. These balls are sitting good now. Don't do too much here, Shane. Just roll forward, shoot the 6 up in the upper end. He's had a tendency to try to overhit. This is the right shot. This is the right shot here. What he's done earlier in the match, we saw he tried to overhit balls, get the cue ball to go up the table. You know, he tried to do a little too much. And now he's doing the right thing. He's taking what the table gives him. He's got a good angle. He can shoot the 6 in the upper left corner, follow the cue ball down, and shoot the 7 in the same pocket. Just high follow shot, just like that, just like that. Nice touch.
Shane Van Boening, what a turnaround.
Well, it doesn't feel like this match is over by any means. But he's back in the match, that's for sure.
We were leaving him dead in the water, down 7-2.
Yeah, we kind of gave him up for dead, didn't we?
We did. We'd already buried him.
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
We were playing out the string, Jay.
Yeah, he just got a nice little soft shot there. He'll shoot the 9 in the other corner, and this match will be tied 7 games apiece.
Racks in a row. World-renowned pool players up in the stands there, Jay.
Rausuke, Thomas Enger, Thorsten Holman, Filmer Faldas. They're all sweating this match.
Marlon Manala was around there until recently. I think he got an order for pizza and ran out, and he'll be back in a minute.
Well, can Shane come up big in this break? Been using that medium soft break and has been working for the most part.
That was one of the things we said way back when he wasn't playing very well, that he might want to think about changing. Did you hear anything go down? It is a dry break.
He keeps trying to make the 1 on the side, but it's not working.
And just like he did last rack, another dry break. The last 3 breaks, he's been dry, Jay.
Well, this is the first time in a long time that Chang has come to the table with an open shot and an open rack. He's basically been planted in his chair for about the last 30 minutes, watching Van Boening come from a 7-2 deficit to tie the score at 7. The only thing he's had in the course of those 5 games is safety battles.
Jay Helford along with Chuck Schreiner. Hope you're enjoying day 4 of the World Pool Championships. You're in Manila, wherever you're watching.
It's an easy shot on the 1 in the corner. He's got to come across the table back and forth for the 2, and the 7's a little bit in the way for position.
Chang led in this match 7-2, and Van Boening has proceeded to win the last 5 racks.
That's what he's uncertain about here. Where's the cue ball going to go after he makes the 1? He doesn't want to bump the 7 ball. He wants to miss the 7 ball when he comes across the table.
Yeah, this is the first of 5 TV matches that are coming your way on table number 2.
Yeah, it could almost be the best thing to do is just run straight across the table and run into the 6 and the 9. That'll stop the cue ball for sure. Let's see if he tries that. It's a little different way to go.
You are right, Jay. He spends a lot of time over his work, doesn't he?
He's a very deliberate player.
Oh, man.
Well, he tried to go 3 rails there. He may get lucky. No, he did not. He tried to go 3 rails down around the other balls, and he made that shot a lot harder than it was. Now Shane's got the 1 on the side.
You know, you said something interesting the other night, Jay, when we were watching Williams play, that sometimes players that deliberate too long, it's to their detriment. And I'm wondering if Chang is suffering from a little bit of that syndrome right now.
Well,
because as you said, I mean, that shot was, in your own words, not as difficult as it looked, but yet he spends 25 seconds on it.
He should have never missed the 1 ball. Maybe missed position, but you don't miss a 1 ball like that. That 1 was 1 diamond away from the corner pocket. But of course, you know, he sat in his chair for a long time. He hasn't had an open shot. He finally got to the table, and he just made a bad decision.
Well, he's been in his chair, but yet not that long, because in racks 12, 14, and 15, Shane has had dry breaks, so he's had his opportunities at the table. I'm not saying that he's had good shots when he's been at the table, but
he's had to play safe.
Yes,
he's had to play
yes,
safe. But that was the first open rack he had to shoot at. And now Shane's got an open rack. That's the 3 ball right next to it. There's the 4 and 5 together on the top rail. The nice thing is these 3 balls are all on the top of the table, where he doesn't have to go up and down for position. Looks like he kind of stunned the cue ball. There it is, over for the 4. Shane's playing better pool right now. Better than Chang. Can he take the lead for the first time since the score was 1-0?
that's right. 2 hours ago, in fact, 2 hours and 15 minutes ago.
This is the longest match of the tournament so far.
Officially, unofficially, by the Schreiner
Helford
Tagore, yeah. Helford.
No, I don't think there's been a match this long, even on the upper tables.
The Williams match was 2:12 or 2:14, something like that. We're past anyway. We're declaring it the longest.
It's the longest one we've seen, I know that. He's going to draw the cue ball down table for the 6. Don't go too far. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. He went a little further than he wanted, but not too bad.
You know, you got to love these Aramith Pro TV Cup balls with the dots on them. I mean, if you are not familiar with the game of pool, it gives you a bird's eye view of the spin that these guys put on them. What a great invention that was.
We call it the measle ball. Measles, all the red spots. Little stop shot here. Stunned the cue ball up above the 7, just like that. See, Shane's got that cue ball working now, and he didn't at the beginning of this match. He'll use a little bit of left English after he makes this 7 down in the left corner. The left English will throw the cue ball down table towards the 8. The only thing is any kind of danger to him. Well, this is good. I like the way he did this. He went down below the 9. I was going to say the only thing that caused him problems if he ran into the 9, but he took the 9 out of play by going low like that. He's looking good to take the lead here. All he's got to do is follow the cue ball 2 rails. Off the end rail, the side rail, and back up. Is he drawing this ball for position? I'm kind of surprised if he doesn't know. He followed the 2 rails. This is actually the easiest 9-ball he's had in the match so far. Straight in and up close.
He has not made an error since rack number 9.
And ever since then, it's been all Shane.
I think, to be fair, Chang has not played well throughout this match. It was just that Shane was playing so badly. I mean, somebody had to be in the lead. And they were both even Steven in unforced errors, but Shane couldn't pot a shot, was getting no positional value out of his shots. And Chang, would sort of take what Shane was giving him. But since Shane isn't making the mistakes, then Chang has nothing to work off, and he is one now who doesn't look very impressive. Isn't it strange how a game can change just like that?
Yeah, this match is completely flip-flop. The first half of the match, Shane was helpless. Now Chang looks helpless. But it all stems from that moment where he had a straight-in 8-ball to get to the hill at 8-2. And it was like when he missed that ball, he gave life to Shane. Well, let's see what he can do with this break.
Yeah, now, here's where the rubber meets the road. As you've said many times, Jay, it's the first game and the last game that are the toughest. Well, possibility of this being the last game unless it goes hill.
Well, his break hasn't worked the last couple times.
That's right. He's had a dry break. Racks 12, 14, and 15. I heard something
Look
go
out.
down, and oh boy. 7 goes down and almost the cue ball, but it stays up. He must have some female supporters out there. I heard a bunch of girls shrilling.
Yeah,
They did not want that cue ball to go down.
Shane. Well, as you can see, the 8's in the way of the 1. I don't know if Shane can see the edge of the 1 or not. We'll see in a moment here. I don't know if he can. He may play safe off the edge of the 1. He could always push out. But if he can see the edge of the 1, he'll probably try to play some kind of safety here. Actually, it looks like, yeah, he can. It's going to sound tough, what I'm going to tell you right now, but he can come off the edge of the 1 and send the cue ball down there 2 rails and get behind this cluster of balls on the bottom of the table. The, what is that? Looks like the 6, the 9, the 4 ball. The 2, 6, 9, and 4. He'd like to hide the cue ball down. Let's see. That's what he's looking at. How can I get down there and bury this cue ball behind these balls?
Well,
He may do something entirely different, too.
As you have noticed, this has been the downfall, so to speak, of Chang, his inability to keep up with Shane in safety play. That's the long and the short of it.
Well, in watching the Taiwanese players, he's playing his push-out instead. He's going to roll the cue ball down table. That's been the one chink in the armor I've seen among the Chinese players, is their safety play has been spotty.
The 2 players who have very strong safety games actually are Chang and Yang, the ones who dominated the Asian competition. But I think you're right. For the vast majority of the other ones, it just sort of seems that they have some problems with this aspect of the game.
Chang's going to take this shot. There's no way he's going to pass this back to, at least I'm saying that, he's not going to pass it back to Van Boening. He's going to try and play the safety here.
And I'm talking about Yung-Chi Chang, not this young gentleman here.
If he could find a way to roll the 1 ball away and put the cue ball behind that 3, which is up by the far right corner pocket, that would be a great safety. I think that's what he'd like to do. Just play the cue ball. Wow, I don't know about that shot.
Boy.
What was that all about?
Ball in hand. Man, oh man. Going from bad to worse for Chang.
It looked like he was trying to bank that ball and hold the cue ball down here. He's trying to put the 1 ball down behind this cluster of balls, but he just lost control of the cue ball there.
11th unforced error, the match for Chang.
A golden opportunity for Shane to close out this match right now. He's got the 1, 2, and 3. Excuse me, the 1 and 2 right together here. That's the 3 in the upper right corner. The hard part of this rack is going to be getting from the 3 back to the 4 ball. The 4 is right there by the 6 at the bottom of the table. This is the 2. We'll take the 2, no problem. That's the 3 all the way up table. He's got to shoot this ball in with a firm stroke and draw the cue ball back up table. He wants to draw the cue ball like all the way back to the side pocket.
Now this was the sort of shot that gave Shane fits during the first part of the match.
He couldn't make these shots. He kept missing them. But he kind of looks like the real Shane Van Boening right now. See how limber that stroke is now? He was tight before. He's loose now. Big draw, just like that. Well, I don't like this. He went too far. You know, there may be a billiard available on the 9. Whether he'll take it on or not, I don't know. There's also a good safety here. He could roll that 4 forward and put the cue ball behind the 6 ball. He could use the 6 ball. See how it's sitting right there? He could really lock him up here, and I think that's the thing he's looking at.
Well, he's shaking his head, so you sort of get the feeling. You think he recognizes that, Jay?
Yeah. I think the safety is the right shot. There is a billiard on the 9, but why try for it when you've got a real good safety? Roll the 4 ball forward, let the cue ball drift down on the other side of the 6, and use the 6 as a blocker. If he executes his shot, well, that's not what he's shooting at. He looks like he's playing the billiard on the 9. It looks like he's trying to win this match right now. Oh, he cut that. Yeah.
As soon as he hit the 4, I saw that coming, Jay. I think this is the first time in history I saw something before you.
I don't think that was a good choice. Obviously, the result was not good, but he had a lock-him-up safety where he can win the game. And he tried to shoot a tough shot there. He's going to give this game to Chang. They're going to be hill-hill. Well, I guess it had to end up that way.
Third scratch of the match for Van Boening. Chang will rev up his engines again. He has been on idle for a long time.
He got kind of straight on the 6 ball, but I think he's got just enough angle to force that cue ball to the side rail and then back up. Yeah, he's going to hit it firm with right English. It'll go forward and then it'll spin to the right and go back up table for the 8. Just like that. He's fine. Well, Shane had a golden opportunity to finish that match right there. He tried a hard shot. He took on a real tough shot there. He had to turn the cue ball loose. Go forward here, 2 rails out of the corner for position. Looks like he's drawing it though. I'm not sure why. Yeah, he's drawing the ball. That was a little bit risky.
Yeah. Whoa.
Why he went that way, I'm not really sure. He didn't need to do all that. He overhit that ball. He just made this tough.
You have to do it the hard way now.
Well, the 8 ball can be cut back into the lower right corner. And that's probably the shot he's got to shoot. The problem with shooting this shot, he's got to turn the cue ball loose. Boy, this guy is...
Man, this is a tough shot.
Yeah, he's nervous as can be. I don't know, have no idea why he tried to draw that ball all the way back down the table like that. He really didn't need to do it.
Jeez.
Basically, he's got to cut this... Oh, he wants to shoot the 9 on the side now. I like this shot even less. Although... The good thing about shooting the 9 on the side, you don't have to worry about turning the cue ball loose, but this is a real tough angle.
Well, wait a minute. Is the bank on?
No, he's not banking it. He's going to either try to cut it in the side or cut it back in the corner. This is a very small side pocket he's shooting at from that angle. The good news is he doesn't have to worry about the cue ball. Got to hit this one perfect.
Again, deliberating, and he's missed it. Well, the silver lining is he's put it in the middle of the table in the top. So, tough shot for Shane.
Yeah, Shane's got to be glad to come back to the table. I think Shane's going to just fire at this bank. I mean, to get a shot this game right now is like a gift. So,
yeah, I see what you mean.
It's a free shot. It's a free shot. He gave this game up for a loss.
Right.
Now it's a real hard bank shot, but it can be made. The question is, which corner is he going to bank it at? Will he bank it at the corner where he's standing, or will he bank it back at the other corner? This is no time to be playing safe. There's really no safety here.
Nowhere to hide. You make contact with it and don't make it, the other player's going to make the shot.
Chuck, you just got to fire away and hope you can hit a good shot. If he hits it good, he'll win the match. If he doesn't hit it good, it's going to go hill-hill. He's taking his time. This is a really difficult shot, but it is a shot. He's trying to bank to the left.
Good point, Jay. It's more than he thought he was going to have. So,
you know what? He tried to play safe. I don't like it. Looks like he's going to scratch. No, he didn't scratch. Well, he did the best he could. Frankly, I'm totally surprised he didn't shoot at that ball.
Maybe he feels that with the troubles now that Chang is having, that he will test him.
Well, Chang's going to try to cut this ball on the upper left. He does have a shot here.
A better shot than Shane had.
Oh, yeah. A better shot than Shane had. Also, a really difficult cut shot from this distance and this angle.
Now, what about the cue ball, though?
Nah, he's all right. He won't scratch. If he makes it, he won't scratch. It's not going anywhere near a pocket. Just got to try to make this ball. Got to cut it a lot. Just hit it real thin. He did.
Does just that. So Chang, and that's not going to have the legs to hurt him. Well, Hill. Players down there. Is that Drago down there?
Yeah, that's Tony Drago up there by Pat Hulse. Pat Hulse is sweating it because he knows he's got to play the winner. Yeah. I'll tell you what, this match has had more twists and turns than an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I mean, I just never seen anything like it.
More twists and turns than a street in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, Chang with the hammer right now. He's got the rock in hand, and let's see what he can do with it.
Well, he hasn't had a chance to break the balls in 7 games.
Been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, let's see if he can come up with a big break.
Now, he has 2 dry breaks back in rack 4, remember back then, and rack 9. So, and remember, he has a lot of times when he hasn't scratched on the break, has lost control of the cue ball. He has had to play a lot of push-outs.
We haven't seen too many breaks and run-outs. I think there's been one in the match.
And that was Van Boening a long time ago.
He broke hard, he scratched.
Oh!
And you know what? He had a big break there.
He did have a big break.
Foul ball.
But, so the foul on the break. 2 ball went down.
Never as easy as it looks. Take a look. Looks like the 5 and 8 are tied up by the side pocket. Shane's going to have some work to do.
You know, I know the cue ball went down, Jay, but that was about the best looking break he had throughout the. It's a shame for him.
Yeah. Well, look at this. See, the 4 and 8 are tied up. That's the 4 and the 8 that Shane's going to have to deal with real soon. He's got the 1, then the 3. Can he break
it up now?
He may try to draw back up and break these balls up right now, but this is a risky shot. And, you know, as we've seen in this match, anything can and will happen. Now, he may opt instead just to make the 1, shoot the 3 next. Boy, he just got there. He almost took himself behind the 8. See, what I'm looking at is shoot the 3 next and then play a safety. That is, nudge the 4 past the 8 and lay the cue ball against the 8. Kind of what I was hoping he would do last game when he had that 4 and 6 like that. See that? What he's looking at is, where do I want to put the cue ball? He can play a safety that will win him the game after he makes this 3 ball. Don't take your eye off the 3 ball, though.
You got to make the 3 ball.
Yeah, make the ball first. He did. That's what he's going to do.
Oh, yes. You say he's going to go for the safety?
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 4 ball past the 8 and lay the cue ball against the 8, putting Chang in dire straits.
Oh, man, he is eyeballing that to high heaven.
You think he's trying to play a billiard here?
I think so, maybe.
Well, there is a billiard from the edge, but
Yeah.
why would he do that when he's got a perfect safety?
Well, I hope you're right, Pat, because I agree with your analysis.
Well,
Surely he doesn't think the 4 goes.
no, he's not thinking about that. There is a billiard.
Yes,
you could come
I
off
see
the
the
edge
billiard.
and shoot the 8, but it's no good. It's a bad shot, and he's got a perfect safety. I don't know. You know, both these guys, their thinking processes haven't been that great in this match. They made bad decisions over and over again, and this is an obvious safety situation.
He is undecided.
Yeah, that's what he's. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. Just like that.
Okay.
Why would he do anything else? The cue ball is against the 8. This is going to be.
Then why wouldn't he go right for it then, Pat? Why would he sit there and him and Hall? Jay?
I have no idea why he took so long on that shot. He had the perfect position with the cue ball. There was really no decision to make. Just hit it. Chang has got almost no shot to hit this ball right now. He's got to go down table because of the way the cue ball's laying against the 8. He's got to come down here where the 9 is and then go back up table to hit the 4. I'm looking. I don't see any avenue to get to that 4 ball. I don't think he can go to the side rail. I think he's locked up too tight. Yeah, he's going to have to go. Now, what some players will try to do in a spot like this is tie up 2 balls together, roll balls up against other balls. I don't know if he can even do that. Shane's taking a good look at Chang. What's this guy thinking about? He's saying. I mean, there may be a little avenue going 2 rails out of the corner down here where the 7 is, but I don't know. Well, it looks like he's trying to go across table. I guess there is a little space
Is there
there.
a 3-railer there?
Or maybe he's going to try to tie the 8 up against the 4. I'm not sure what he's doing here. We can't really tell right now. There must be just enough room to spin this cue ball. Yeah, like that. There was, and he did it. There was, and he did it, and he did a good job. Now that was a nice hit. It didn't look like he had enough room to do that, but obviously he did. Now Shane's got a real tough shot on the 4 ball. This is a real blood test.
Man.
This is one of those kind of situations, Chuck, where all Shane's got to concern himself with is trying to make the 4, because the 5 is right there. If you make the 4, the cue ball is going to go back and forth across the table, and you will have a shot at the 5.
This is a shot right here.
This is it. This is the match.
This is the match.
This is the match, this shot. And this is he would have loved to have something a little better than this. Well,
but saying that, isn't it better that the ball is tied up as close as it is to that rail? I mean, than saying being 2, 3, 4 inches out further.
No, it's tough either way here. He's got a lot of distance and a tough angle. Well, let's see what the U.S. Open champion is made of right now.
He has come back from oblivion. Let's see if he can complete it, and he misses the shot. Let's see if he gets a little bit of luck going is when it looks like he does.
He got a big break there. Yeah. He got a real big break there.
Huge break. Huge break.
The cue ball is hidden by the 5. Chang is going to have to kick at this 4 ball.
Nothing on with the jump stick, I guess, unless...
No, there's no shot there. He's going to have to kick and try to play safe. What he'll do is he'll try to kick the 4 ball, send it down table near the 9, and make the cue ball stay up in that area where the 5 ball is. I don't see anything else except that. Boy, what a final game this is. Boy, they got a crowd watching this match now.
Well, Shane Van Boening, extremely fortunate on that last shot.
He's got to kick and hit the high side of the ball. He'll hit the ball. No question he'll hit the ball. He's got to hit the high side of the 4. That's the farthest part right there. That wasn't it. That was not it. He hit it right in the center. Well, Shane's got a better shot this time.
Yes, and things have opened up considerably.
See this? This is a much better shot than he had last time. Can he calm himself enough to finish these last 6 balls off?
Yeah, now remember, he's had problems with these exact type of shots throughout this match. It's only been the last 4 or 5 racks where he's felt confident enough to even
once again
settle himself.
This is the big shot. This first one is the big shot. Nicely done. Starts out good here. He has looked like a better player the last 4 or 5 racks. But boy,
2 hours and 45 minutes old. Can you believe it? In a race to 9.
I believe it. I see it.
Been there, done that.
So far, so good. The hard part of this rack right now is going to be playing shape from the 8 to the 9. See the 8 over there by the side pocket? That's going to be the difficult part. He needs to get close to this 8 ball. He really needs to bring that cue ball over there close to the 8. He doesn't want to shoot a long shot on this next one.
Oh, yes.
This is not bad. This is good.
Nice angle.
Listen, you got the perfect angle. All he's got to do is make the 8 and draw the cue ball. Bring the cue ball back. It's got to be positioned for the 9. Don't worry about where it is. Just bring it back up table. Make this 8 ball, bring it up table, and Shane will win this match.
Very improbable win if he can pull it off.
And he's going to pull it off. He's going to pull it off. Unbelievable.
Well, well, well. Shane Van Boening did not look like the player that we had heard about the first half of the match. Came alive finally.